All right, so this is episode number 124 of the Questions Hip Hop Trivia. I'm joined today by Blue and Exile, who are on the brink of going off on your West Coast tour to celebrate the 15th anniversary of Below the Heavens. Gentlemen, I ask you, is time going by fast or are we just getting old?
Both, man.
Yeah, actually both. That's it. Time is fast, man.
We're going to talk about it more as we go on, but obviously this was such a special record that held such a, important place in so many fans and for both of you as well. I know you guys have done many records since, but it's obviously something that's important. You guys have commemorated it several times. Is it surreal for you to be like, when you were making that album 15 years ago, did you know that you were sort of tapping into something special, or was it just sort of business as usual? And then the world sort of told you, oh, this is kind of more special than you might've thought.
For me, it was like a personal special. You know what I mean? It was like accomplishing something that I wanted to do personally. You know what I mean? It was like putting down songs that I always wanted to make, you know what I mean? But I had no idea how the people would perceive the record, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And for me, like, it was like uncharted territory and just trying to develop our sound together. And I just remember there was times where we felt like, oh, wow, this is something really special. And then there's other times we're like, no, this is shit, And we would go back and forth of that for like pretty much a lot of it, But I guess that type of attitude is what kept us trying to at our best.
That sounds pretty classically creative, artistic. Like, yes, I'm killing it, and what am I doing? I have no business trying to do this. that mix of the two. And it's also worth noting that, you guys are not resting on your laurels. I love the Miles album that came out in 2020, and to me that felt just as strong. So, don't get it twisted, everybody. You should go see them when they're on this West Coast tour. This is not a nostalgia act. These are very current and, thriving creative artists who are just celebrating one chapter in the book of Blue and Exile. So it's lovely to see. And I can't wait to see it for the LA show.
And we will be doing songs from Miles too. We'll have an intermission. So, but yeah.
Can't wait. Cannot wait. So you guys are close. You are collaborators. I would even go so far as to say, if I can say for you, brothers in arms. You guys have worked on some incredible material together. But today is not about that. Today, you are hopping into the ring and competing in a battle of hip hop trivia wits. And, I don't think that this is going to affect the relationship, but if it does, like, I don't want to just like sully the relationship. Like if things go astray and like, I want to try to mediate if it comes down to that. So, I just want to make sure that we're all feeling good about this.
I'm nervous, man. Let's do it.
To determine who goes first, we're going to do a coin toss. Blue, I'm going to have you call the coin in the air, and then we'll see who gets to go first, all right?
All right.
All right, here we go.
Heads.
It is tails. So you get to, this is a misshapen quarter, which is useless in LA because it doesn't work in laundry machines or parking meters. So I keep this just for coin tosses because it's a little rough around the edges. So Exile, you get to choose. This is going off to a great first start. Let me tell you.
All right, Blue.
All right, so you want Blue to go first. All right, here we go. So, Blue, I'm going to pull up the screen here, and you will get to choose your categories. I will announce them for our listeners listening as well. The categories in this first round are The Choice is Yours. That is our general multiple choice. Check the Rhyme. These are all questions about other MCs' rhymes. Digging in the Crates is our sample round. I Got the Blues is another category. Pad Mashers is another category. And Hyro, y'all, is our final category in our first round. So, Blue, what do you choose?
Let me get The Choice is Yours for 500.
He's going big money, folks. He's going big fucking money, and I love to see it. So I'm going to pull it up right here, and then we will get right into it. So Choice is Yours for 500. Here we go. Blue, the question is, musician and composer Adrian Young has produced complete albums for all of these artists except for one of them? Is it A, Bilal, B, Ghostface Killah, C, Sky Zoo, or D, Souls of Mischief? Who has he not collaborated with?
C, Sky Zoo.
He says Sky Zoo, and guess what, folks? He went for that big money, and he is absolutely correct. Sky Zoo is the correct answer. Love to see it. I mean, guys, this is already going off to a great start. Adrian Young, is like a pretty pivotal force in LA's hip hop scene and music scene. He's got the whole Operation Highland Park. Have you guys worked with him? I feel like you guys must have in some respect, but do you have any sort of ties with him?
I've been to his studio and we shared the same manager for a bit. We have not worked together yet, but I'm confident we will.
Yeah,
and I've record store a gang of times.
That counts. All right, so Exile, we're gonna throw it to you. We don't like anybody to get slaughtered in this, so we're going back and forth every time you guys go. So Exile, you get to choose your category and your round. What are you going for?
I'm going for The Choice Is Yours for 400.
Oh,
okay, all right. I'm sensing a trend here. Choice of yours for 400. Let's get into it. All right, the question is for you, Exile. The Lynch Mob made their recorded debut on this album. Was it NWA Straight Outta Compton, Ice Cube's America's Most Wanted, The Lynch Mob's Gorillas in the Mist, or Del the Funky Homo Sapien, I Wish My Brother George Was Here?
Talking about their debut.
Yeah, the first time that they appeared on wax, on a record.
America's Most Wanted, B.
He says America's Most Wanted, B. And guess what, folks? He's absolutely correct. 400 points to Blue. See, I told you I was going to keep it in the general vicinity of what you guys knew about.
Yo, they're the illest. I was just bumping that record last week.
Yeah. I mean, I imagine that for both of you guys, like those Ice Cube records were pretty pivotal. I mean, it's interesting because you guys neither of you, Blue as a lyricist and then, Exile for the artists you've worked with and stuff. There was sort of a reinventing or relabeling of what the definitive hip hop sound was of California, right? Like, to the world, it was mostly gangster rap. And you guys, was there ever a phase? Are there like gangster rap demos that we'll never hear of like early Blue or early Exile? Was that ever an influence?
If you check out the Rip the Game Bloody album by RBX from 2005 or 6, me and my boy Cassius King are on there.
Yeah,
that's right.
Rags up, you know what I mean?
See, this is the ultimate trivia experience. Blue is giving me hip hop trivia to put in my pocket. That might make it into a later game later. The RBX album from 2005 features an appearance by this artist.
He was on Death Row.
That's right. You were on Death Row.
No, almost.
Or almost. You were courted. You were there, and they were interested.
He didn't get jumped for having rap, so
yeah,
he passed the test.
Which would have
kicks up something whack in front of Sugar, you get jumped and have to drink pee, I guess.
Feels like you dodged the urine there. I wouldn't say the bullet, but dodged the urine. Yeah. All right. So Blue, we're gonna throw it back to you. What category are you going to choose?
Let's get Check the Rhyme for 500.
Wow, Big Money Blue. That's what we're gonna call you now, Big Money Blue. Check the Rhyme for 500. So this is always an interesting one because MCs. I feel like for an MC like yourself, you have a lot of lyrics in your head, and you're gearing up to do these shows where you're performing a whole album. So like, what is your mental bandwidth for other rappers' lyrics? Like, do you have like, are you pretty good at like, singing the classics?
Nah, I stopped listening to music. You know what I mean? I just soak up like the tour work. You know what I mean? I have to make sure it's like on point. You know what I mean?
Right. A lot of artists use teleprompters, but that feels kind of cheap, right? Like, I don't know if they do that in like hip hop as much, but
nah.
It wouldn't be a good look. All right. So Blue, you're going 500. Check the Rhyme. So here we go. According to the Kick in the Door lyrics, Which junior mafia member accompanied Biggie Smalls to Howard Homecoming in Washington, D.C.? Was it A, Lil C's, B, Lil Kim, C, Bugsy, or D, Capone? What'd you say?
Dang. B, Lil Kim.
He says B, Lil Kim. We're actually going to play the answer here. Let me pull this up.
You may see me in DC at Howard Homecoming with my man Capone gunning fucking something.
With his man Capone gunning fucking something. Blue. See, it's difficult. It's difficult. I get it. You set yourself up with an alibi there. This man is. Are you like actively practicing to get all the lyrics in? Is that something you have to do for these shows coming up, or?
Most definitely.
Are you doing like the whole songs?
Albums, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is years ago.
Right. And then you're doing the Miles shit. The Miles is like 90 minutes long. Like, I know you're not doing the whole thing, but you got a lot on your plate. I don't blame you for not knowing, but I cannot award you the points for not getting it right. I'm sorry, Blue. That means we're throwing it back to Exile. Exile, the board is yours. What category are you going to choose?
I'll go with Pad Masters for 500, Alex.
Oh.
He's going Pad Masters for 500. See, playing to different strengths here. Pad Masters for 500. Exile, let's get this up on the board now. All right. And this might be slightly personal to us because I believe we met each other through somebody that this question is about. Orlando hip-hop group Soliloquists of Sound, featuring MPCist Da Vinci, were signed to Epitaph Records after touring as the backing band for this indie hip-hop artist.
Oh, man.
You know Soliloquists of Sound?
Yeah.
You know Da Vinci?
Yeah.
You don't feel super clear about this answer, though.
Nah, I thought it was going to be Lauryn Hill because I know he rocked with Lauryn Hill. I do not know this answer. I'm going to have to pass on this one.
He's going to pass. The answer is they went on tour and were the backing band, and this artist helped them get their record deal. It was Sage Francis. They were his backing band, and he was the one who helped them get their deal. You come from a lineage of, we'll call them pad mashers, right? And that kind of feels like it's more than ever before is sort of part of the conversation. Like when you were starting, it was like you and like two other guys, and like I don't even know how you knew about each other, like message boards or something like that. Like, do you feel like you've kind of fathered a scene in any way?
I definitely do. For a certain amount of heads, for sure. Jeremy Ellis is definitely one of the GOATs. And shout out DJ Day. But yeah, I feel like as far as my knowledge at the time, it was just Jeremy Ellis and me and DJ Day, as far as I knew. I'm sure there might've been other cats doing it, but I definitely feel like, I'm one of the fathers of doing that, button pushing.
Has your style, like, or in terms of your actual production workflow, is it still like, has it changed at all since those days? Because I know, like, when you perform live and when I've seen you and in videos you've done, you're still rocking like the MPC, at least in some of the things that I've seen. Is that still basically the like core of your production workflow?
Yeah. Sometimes I'll use the MPC with Logic too, just to kind of like for mixing and for adding, synths and whatnot. But yeah, definitely MPC.
Amazing. All right, Blue, we're throwing it back to you. The board.
Boom, boom.
Yeah. This is it. You guys both swung hard for the first round, and then kind of both had the same fate on the second round. So it's still a relatively even field here. So what's it going to be?
Choice is yours, 300.
He's going 300. Choice is yours. the category that has been kind to him in the past. He's going to continue to show it love. All right, here we go. Blue, for 300. Which of these artists has not done a full collaborative album with 7L and Esoteric in their hip-hop supergroup Czarface? Is it Apathy, Ghostface Killah, Inspector Deck, or MF Doom? Which of these artists has not done a full album with Czarface?
I gotta go A, Apathy.
He's going A, Apathy. And that is absolutely correct. He knows a thing or two about his Czarface. He's back in the game, baby. You've done a lot of collaborations as well with obviously with your man right here, but also with Ono, with other producers. And is there anybody that is like still on your wish list, bucket list, or do you kind of feel like at this point you don't really keep bucket lists?
I've worked with some great producers, man. Knots, Madlib, 45 King, Pete Rock. You know what I mean? I would say the last two, it may be more. I've even rhymed on a Pharrell and Just Blaze beat. You know what I mean?
No, hold on. I don't know what you mean. Tell me the story about that.
The Hostile Gospel remix for Talib Kweli in 07 was Just Blaze, and the I'm Beaming remix for Lupe Fiasco was Pharrell.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, that one.
But
know that. Wow.
The last on my list I would say would be Premier and Prince Paul.
Excellent picks. And I feel like you guys would kill it with both of them. Wow, man, Blue, you are providing the hip hop trivia in the hip hop trivia game. This is, I might need to contract you as a writer for this game because you're.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. All right, then we're throwing it back to Exile. Exile. Let's see what we have on the board for you.
Give me High Royale for 500.
Oh.
Ooh. Can we talk about the Hyro love and the Hyro connection? Like, what was your entry point into hieroglyphics?
Del the Funky Homo Sapien, Mr.
Oh yeah.
Who a trivia fact for you here. Do you know who the voice is saying Mr. Bob Dabalina? You know who said that?
Mr. Bob Dabalina, Mr. Bob Dabalina. No, is it a sample or is it somebody who is actually
Pooh, DJ Pooh?
No way.
That's DJ saying that. Mr. Dabalina, Mr. Bob Dabalina. Isn't that crazy?
Mind blown emoji. That's crazy.
500. Give her the 500.
No, hold on. We don't do extra credit on this game.
And also, who made an official hieroglyphics Hyro Oldies mixtape, Hyro B-Sides mixtape in 1997?
It wasn't the ones that were like officially released, like the cassettes, or
released, but it was a mixtape called Hyro B-Sides.
Yeah, I mean, I remember it. It wasn't. So I'm guessing by your question that it wasn't somebody in the camp. It wasn't like
it was me, man. All right,
you.
No way.
Let's talk about
22. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I have a whole intro and everything. It's all hieroglyphics. I did it on a 4.
Were you like commissioned to do this, or were you just like, yo, I'm gonna put together all these things? Like were you put it?
Do it.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's gangster.
That is super gangster. Look, we're all learning. We're all testing. You guys are learning things about each other. Like,
I better get this answer right. So let's do it.
It's gonna be real fucked up if you don't get this right. All right. In 2012, Casual collaborated with this producer on their album "Respect Game" or "Expect Flames."
No choices.
No choices on some of these.
Man, you can give me the early Hyro shit all day. Let's see.
I know, but the early Hyro isn't worth the big money because I know we know that people know more about that. It's the later, deeper craze.
I'm going with Vitamin D.
He says Vitamin D, which is a really good guess. It is not the correct guess though, because it was Jay Rawls who he did the album with in 2012.
Oh, what? Respect, Jay Rawls. That's what's up.
And
I did. It was the Hyro Oldies mixtape. So
look,
Hyro, Casual, Legends.
And I always say to whoever is on the show, and we've had, over 100 guests, it doesn't matter what score you get on this. When we close the Zoom, you are still blue in Exile. You have won at life. So don't get too caught up on getting the answers wrong.
Word up.
All right, Blue. That means we're throwing it back to you. Right now, the score, Blue, you have 800, and Exile, you have 400. So, but anything could change. This is going to be our last question in the first round. So let's see what you're going to do, Blue. What's your category?
You know it. Give me Check the Rhyme for 400.
Check the Rhyme for 400. He's going back into his rhyme bag. We're gonna have you do one, and then Exile do one for the final round. So let me get that straight. So he's going to check the rhyme for 400. All right, here we go. Blue, the question for 400 points is: when KRS-One recorded BDP's "I'm Still Number One" in 1988, how long did he say we'd have to wait until he would be an old school artist? Was it 10 minutes, 10 years, 20 years, or 50 years?
I know this one.
Oh, man.
I know.
Oh, damn.
Can I steal this one? No.
You know what? I'm going to have to forfeit.
No, man, come on.
I'm going to let Exile answer.
No.
Damn.
Oh, come on.
Man. Exile knows. I don't even know.
I could hum the line to you.
Nah. I know it's not 10 minutes.
I mean, the choices are on the board, so,
Yeah, just pick one.
Oh, dang. What did he say?
It was 1988, and he was saying he was going to be an old school artist in a certain amount of time. How many years would it be?
I'm going to say 20 years.
He says 20 years. We're going to hear what this answer is.
50 years down the line, you can start it, because we'll be the old school artists.
50 years down the line. Ah, Blue. Again.
That's my thing too, man.
See, you caught him when he's memorizing his lyrics for the show,
It feels vastly unfair, but also he keeps picking the rhyme category. So I can't, there's only so much I can do. You got a whole board to work with, Blue, but 50 years from now. And that kind of plays into what we're saying. Again, you guys aren't old school artists, but holy shit, 15 years since Below the Heavens. What are you most excited about doing these shows? Are there songs that you guys, love performing that you don't normally perform in a regular set, or is it the guests, or what's the thing that you guys are most looking forward to on this tour?
Man, honestly, it's just busting the whole album. You know what I mean? That, I just been rehearsing it, and it just feels good to just be spitting those lyrics again. You know what I mean? And just all of them. You know what I mean? How the whole album flows and everything. I just love it.
Hell yeah. And there are going to be some special guests and people involved in at least the LA shows, right?
Definitely.
Amazing. Can't wait for that. So Exile, you're going to close out our round one. You get to choose.
Got a chance, bro.
Got a chance, bro.
I'll go. I got the Blues for 500.
What?
Big money once again. 500. Big money, Exile. You guys can both keep these nicknames if you want to use them out in the streets. They're patented. I got the Blues 500. Robert Glasper's 2012 song Afro Blue received a remix featuring a guest verse from Fonte by this producer on the Black Radio Recovered remix EP. So who was the producer who remixed Afro Blue and it had a guest verse from Fonte on it?
Terrence Martin.
He says Terrence Martin. The answer is Ninth Wonder. It was
why did I know that? I was gonna say that, bro. Just off the strength.
Close. That's pretty close still.
Definitely both collaborators in the wheelhouse of Robert Glasper. So yes, for sure. But yeah, that was in that small period when Ninth Wonder and Fonte, I think, were on good terms again. And now, I don't know if they're not on good terms anymore, but they're not. Little Brother is not the trio anymore. All right, well, that means we have now got to our second round where the points are doubled. Are we having fun yet? I think we're having fun. I'm having a good time.
Yeah.
Here's the categories now. Some of the categories are returns and some are new. We've got The Choice Is Still Yours. We've got Check More Rhymes, Keep On Digging, Give Me My Flower Questions,
Oh,
Hip Hop in 2007. And now, to be clear, the Give Me My Flower Questions is not about your guys' album, but it is about flower type questions in hip hop. Hip Hop in 2007, since Below the Heavens came out then, and Heavenly Questions. So, Blue, you're back up on the first go round here. What are you gonna choose? And now the points are doubled again.
The Choice Is Still Yours for 1,000.
Oh my God! Yes, I love it. I love it. All right, he's going. Choice Is Still Yours for 1,000. Now we're cooking. We're turning up the heat here. I'm just warning you. The Beat Miners remix of D'Angelo's Brown Sugar features a verse from this rapper. Is it A, Q-Tip, B, Cool G Rap, C, Common, or D, Buckshot?
D, Buckshot.
He says Buckshot. Now this is a rare ass song, by the way. Like, this is not on the streamers. This is not even really on YouTube. It's on like SoundClouds, but this was an official release. The answer is actually, believe it or not, Cool G Rap was on the remix.
What the fuck? I never heard this.
I will send it to you when we are done, so you guys can hear it. I'm not making this shit up. But yeah, that was
remix.
You heard what?
The AZ remix.
Yep. I remember that. Yeah, this is definitely deep in those crates. Exile, you are up. You're up.
The choice is yours for 800.
Choice is yours for 800. They know what they like, folks. They know what they like, and they go back to it. That's what it is. All right. Choice is yours for 800. MF Doom has a Blink and You'll Miss Him cameo in the music video for this Raucous Records act. Is it Black Star, Company Flow, High and Mighty, or Smut Peddlers?
Dang, points is double for real.
Yeah, we got to turn up the heat, Blue.
I'm going with D, Smut Peddlers.
He's going Smut Peddlers. The answer is, and this is only revealed recently through an interview that the artist from this group did, because it really is, like, I've gone back and looked. It's like a single frame, and it's not great quality, and he's not wearing the mask. But MF Doom appears in the End-to-End Burners video for Company Flow. He's on the train in the background. Super cutty. But listen, you know what it is. The points are doubled here. We had to turn the heat up, man.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
So we're going to keep moving on. It's fine. Blue, you are now up. What is it going to be? What category are you going with?
You got some good categories on this one, man. Whoo!
Oh, it's all new.
Heavenly Questions for 1,000.
Heavenly Questions for 1,000. Shout out to Below the Heavens. We had to do something in honor of that. So we have our very own category, Heavenly Questions for 1,000. Blue, my question for you. Name all 3 Wu-Tang members who rap on Wu-Tang Forever song, For Heaven's Sake.
Woo! Inspector Deck. Oh, man.
Digging in them Wu crates.
Gotta know this one.
Damn. Jizza and Master Killer.
So you said Inspector Deck, Jizza, and Master Killer.
Yeah.
Were you a big Wu-Tang fan at this time?
I loved Inspector Deck. You know what I mean? Still do.
All right,
So I know he busted my raps that swing like Willie Mays. Oh,
the answer is Inspector Deck, Master Killer, and Capadonna. I will give you half credit for that because that was a tough one. And I can do that. I can do that. So we're giving you 500 points for that. What is the quintessential, in both of your opinions, what is the quintessential Wu-Tang solo album? If you have to pick one for your desert island, what are you picking?
Clientele all day.
Clientele.
I feel like I should say Liquid Swords.
Hell
but,
yeah, I was gonna say.
I'll go with Liquid Swords.
All right, fine picks, fine picks. What's the Wu-Tang album that you feel doesn't get its proper due, whether it's by a solo artist or a group? Like, is there one that you sort of feel maybe gets overlooked?
Oh yeah, the Takao.
What? Bobby Digital, bro. The first one.
Okay, see, Bobby Digital is a controversial take because there are people who love that album and people who can't stand that album. But my question for you then,
he loves it. I'm not. Nah.
What Blue? You have to at least expound on that statement. What do you love about the Bobby Digital album?
Oh man, it may be generational, but it's for one like a continuation of the beats on Wu-Tang Forever for me. You know what I mean? But I love the West Coast MCs on the RZA album. You know what I mean? That's just hard to me, man. You know what I'm saying? I gotta love that. And they was killing it too. They was killing it like super hard, bro.
All right, I'm not mad at that. That justifies it. Exile, you still don't seem convinced. I'm sure you guys have had this conversation in the past.
Tried to play it for me, and no.
Look, there's lots of different flavors. Not everything's for everybody.
Built for Links is one of my tops, though. Even though I just gave it up for Liquid Swords, but yeah.
No, of course. There's really no wrong answers to that first question. But some people might come for you on the internet for that Bobby Digital Blue. I'm just saying. But you backed it up. You backed it up. All right. We're throwing it back to you, Exile. What's your category?
I'll go with Check the Rhyme for 800.
He's going to check the rhyme. 800. All right. Here we go. On Kendrick Lamar's Backseat Freestyle, he praised that his penis gets as big as this world-renowned building. Is it Big Ben, the Eiffel Tower, the Statue of Liberty, or the Rome Coliseum?
Be the Eiffel Tower.
Damn, man.
That's an easy one.
He says Eiffel Tower, and that is absolutely correct.
That's the hook, man.
It's interesting. I mean, where do you guys land on Kendrick Lamar as an artist? Obviously, I feel like. What'd you say?
I said that's a big dick.
I would argue that's maybe too big. Now, I'm not in the business of evaluating dick sizes, but like really, like the Eiffel Tower, that's like.
You're asking me about what do I think of Kendrick as an artist?
Yeah, what do you think of his progression? You know, like because I feel like you guys sort of, maybe we're kind of percolating on a national scale around the same time.
Amazing, man, and he's always stuck to his artistic guns, if you will, and especially with this last album, it's just he's going for what's actually on his mind and going for the art of it and just doing exactly what he wants. And I love it when you see artists in his position who make albums like that, not really worried about anything else except for doing exactly what they want.
Totally. Yeah, like his last album was one that I only listened to once, and I've been meaning to go back, but it was like such a heavy listen that I was like, yo, I need to like really set aside the time, and I just haven't done it yet, and I intend to. But a thought that I had when I was listening to it, it was like, I can't think of many artists that are on his scale who are as kind of like as like brave as he seems to be. Like he's just going to talk about what he wants. I'm not saying that there aren't other artists who also have that sort of vulnerability, will talk about things, but like on the level that he's at, you sort of see oftentimes artists kind of, maybe they'll switch it up or they'll kind of, curb their direction more. And he seems to be doing like exactly what the fuck he wants, which is inspiring to see.
Definitely. I think he's the best artist right now as of 2022.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I could see that. Blue, you are back on the board. What category are we going for?
Give me my flowers for 1,000.
1,000 flowers, baby. He's going in. Are we getting any "Give Me My Flowers" songs on this tour, or how do you work? Is that like the middle stepchild, like in the?
We in the plans right now. We'll see how it reaches the chopping board or what.
Yep.
Okay. I respect it. There's only so much time in a show, So, Blue, you said 1,000, right?
Yeah.
All right, here we go. For 1,000. My question for you, Blue. What does the DAISY acronym in De La Soul's Daisy Age stand for?
All the money, bro. Give me all the money. I want all the money. The inner sound, y'all.
The inner sound, y'all, is correct. 1,000 points. Blue. Incredible. What are your sort of De La takes? What's your underrated De La album?
Underrated?
Yeah.
Is my favorite one. The first one, bro.
The first one that's not underrated though, is it? You think that the first one is underrated?
It's everybody's favorite, I think. But they got so many great ones that you could, I've been debating with people for the last like couple months.
I've heard hours debates about this. For real.
Exile, what's yours?
My favorite?
De La.
The most underrated is Balloon Mind State.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's a strong case for any of the first 3, maybe 4. I feel like people who are a little bit younger, and I include myself in this, Stakes is High holds a certain place for them. But for people who are older, I think that they don't always necessarily gravitate towards Stakes is High. But I think it's a great record. I think
great record. Classic.
And I love The Grind Date as well. Honestly, they don't have a bad album.
AOIs, bro.
Yeah, they
got hits, bro. I mean, they just, you know what I mean? They don't fail.
They do not fail. All right, and you did not fail on that last one. Exile, you're up on the board. What's it going to be?
Let me give me My Flowers for 800.
Going back to the garden here. All right, give me My Flowers for 800. Let's see what we got here. Exile, for 800 points. My question is, Outkast single Roses was taken from which disc of their double album, Speakerboxxx The Love Below? Was it from the Speakerboxxx side or the Love Below side?
The Love Below.
He says The Love Below. And he's absolutely correct.
Oh.
800 points. That could be a little tricky, though. You know, people definitely could go either way because it features both Big Boy and Andre 3000. I mean, you know, have you guys ever? I guess Miles was a double album, right? Like, do you consider that to be a double album? Yeah. It's weird in the age of streaming because it's all just a playlist, you know. But was that always sort of your intent to set out to do a double, or did it just keep growing and growing, and you're like, yo, we're not going to stop?
I think it was just growing, and then, like, I was just like, man, we can't scrap any of these songs.
No. You wanted a double album. You were firm on the double album.
Once we had enough songs, when we first started working on Miles, I wasn't like, yo, this is gonna be a double album.
No, I thought you always wanted to do a double album.
Nah, once we had like a lot of songs, I was like, yo, you know what I mean? Let's do a double.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
But it also seems like on that record, you guys definitely made a conscious effort to extend the songs too, because the songs are they have like second movements and like outros and stuff. Was that also playing into at all like the double album idea, or was it just like?
Not really. We were just doing whatever the fuck we wanted, pretty much.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Just making the songs like, you know, that pleasant vibe we want them to sound like. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm into jazz a lot. You know what I mean? Them 9-minute jazz bangers and shit.
Yeah.
Exile just brought it to life. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Well, this is going to be our last go round in our second round. Blue, what's it going to be?
I'm gonna give Exile a chance to catch up.
No, I think I'm winning.
Hold on, let me total the score here.
Bro.
No, Blue, you're ahead by 300 points right now.
Okay. Maybe I shouldn't jump too much then. Let me go. Hip hop in 2007 for 800.
For 800. All right. Hip hop in 2007 for 800. Big year for you guys, obviously. Pivotal year for the record that we're talking about in question. Pharoah Monch's 2007 album Desire contains a cover of a song by this classic Def Jam group?
Public Enemy.
He says Public Enemy. He is absolutely correct. It was Pharoah Monch's Welcome to the Terror Dome.
Oh, yeah.
There's a picture of it on the cover?
What?
No, he did a cover of
Terror
Dome
on
the record, which I appreciate a good hip-hop cover. I feel like, those don't happen a lot. Do you guys have other hip-hop covers that sort of stick out in your mind as like, oh, this was...
What else is there?
You said what? You cut out a little bit.
Snoop Lottie Dottie.
Snoop Lottie Dottie. Snoop also did Vapors on the second album as well.
Hey, I can't think of any right now.
There's some good ones. I remember that in the beginning there was rap compilation from like 1997.
Oh, yeah.
It had like the Def Squad doing rappers.
Oh, yeah.
It had Wu-Tang doing Sucker MCs, which was pretty cool. But yeah, I do appreciate a good rap cover. I feel like that they should be done more often.
Start flipping the BDP hook on Definition was dope, but I know that's not a full cover. You know what I mean?
Yeah. On that same compilation, Cypress Hill did a cover of I'm Still Number One, which was pretty dope because Be Real just has an amazing voice. So to hear him doing KRS lyrics is like, oh, yes, like, this is crazy. All right, Exile, you're going to close out this round here. What's it going to be?
I'll do Check the Rhyme for 1,000.
He's going back into his rhyme bag. Check the rhyme for 1,000. All right. Exile, my question for you. Sasha Thumper, the woman Andre 3000 raps about on Outkast, The Art of Storytelling, Part 1, is ultimately found dead where? Is it in her car, on the street, in the back of a school, or in the studio?
What's the song? Oh, The Art of Storytelling.
The Art of Storytelling.
I want all the money.
B, on the street.
With a needle in the arm, baby, 2 months due. Come on, man.
In the back of the school was the correct answer.
With a needle in the arm, baby,
man.
Blue, you could feel it. You're right there. We have reached our final round, gentlemen. Now let me total up your scores right now because this is where it gets interesting. Blue, you have 3,100 points. Exile, you have 2,000 points. There's a bit of a lead, but it can all change in this final round. So Blue, because you have...
Oh, what? I thought that was the final round.
No, that was the second round. This is the speed round. This is the final round.
Oh, shit.
I'm telling you.
All right.
Shit's about to get crazy, dude. So Blue and Exile, in our final round, you're going to have 90 seconds to answer 5 questions in the category of your choosing. Blue, since you are in the lead, you get to choose what category you get. So you'll have 90 seconds. These are 5 questions, non-multiple choice. You pick the category. Fat life, bugs and out, or alphabet aerobics? And
alphabet aerobics.
He's going alphabet aerobics. Okay. So let me just explain these rules to you here. You'll have 90 seconds to answer. The alphabet aerobics one is a little special because it's a little bit more open-ended. I'm going to pull up, and if you want to pass, you can say, hey, we're going to pass, and we can come back to it. So I have 90 seconds on the clock here. Are you ready to do this?
Yeah, let's go.
Okay. Alphabet aerobics. Name 2 rappers whose name begins with the letter C.
CL Smooth, Cormega.
That is correct. All right. Name 3 rappers whose name starts with the letter D.
D Nice. Ooh. Oh man.
If you got to pass, we can go back. We can go back.
Oh, Nico. Oh, shit.
Dinko? Yeah.
One more. Das Effect.
Yeah, okay. I'll give you partial credit on that. Name three rappers whose name starts with the letter M.
Master Killer. You said three?
Three.
Master Killer, Method Man. Michael Myers.
All right. Name four rappers whose names start with the letter R. Four.
Woo. Rakim, RZA, Rock Marciano. Rampage.
All right, and then okay, our 90 seconds is up. You got through. This is an interesting challenge. This is an interesting challenge. So you got 1, 2, 3 impartial credit on that. So
is all the alphabet ones like this?
Well, the alphabet one is now dead, so you don't get that one anymore. That was just that one. So there's two that are left, and that is Fat Life and Bugs Out. So Fat Life is various rap references to fat, and then Bugs Out is various rap references to bugs.
I'll go with fat.
All right, he's going fat. 90 seconds. Same rules apply. If you don't know, we can pass and come back to it. But if you answer incorrectly, then the category or the question is dead. 90 seconds on the clock. Exile, you ready to do this?
Yes.
All right. Fat Man Scoop featured the Crooklyn Clan on this 1999 single.
Pass.
All right. Name the four guest MCs featured on Fat Joe's 1998 posse cut, Johnny Blaze.
Pass.
All right, he's passing. In 1988, the Fat Boys had a song featured on the soundtrack to this horror film.
A horror film?
It was a horror film.
Nightmare on Elm Street.
That is correct. Nightmare on Elm Street 4 is correct. All right. This Houston rapper shares his name with a supporting character from The Simpsons.
Pass.
All right, he's going to pass. In Mos Def's song Miss Fat Booty, what is the woman's actual name?
Pass.
Oh.
All right, we got to go back then. Fat Man Scoop featured the Crooklyn Clan on this 1999 single. What was the Fat Man Scoop single?
Shit, I don't know, man.
It's blanking out. Who do you think are the four guest MCs on Johnny Blaze with Fat Joe? Do you remember any of them? Do you remember the song?
Raekwon. I'm helping him.
He's helping you out. All right, Exile, our time is up. Listen, this is a tough round. So, okay, I'm going to give you the answers. Fat Man Scoop had the Crooklyn Clan on his 1999 single, Be Faithful. Be Faithful, the big song that he had. The four MCs on Johnny Blaze with Fat Joe were Nas, Big Pun, Jadakiss, and Raekwon. You got the Fat Boys question right. They had a song on the soundtrack to Nightmare on Elm Street 4. The Houston rapper who shares his name with a supporting character from The Simpsons is Fat Tony. And in Mos Def's song Ms. Fat Booty, the woman's actual name is Charisse.
Oh,
that's a hard. That's good.
That was hard. This is
what was the last one for the
Give me some alphabets, bro.
the last one for the alphabet was name 5 MCs whose name begins with the letter S.
Oh, okay. But I lucked out.
You did. So our total score. Blue, you take the title with 4,850. Exile, a respectable 2,500. You guys are both ultimately winners here because let's be honest.
That's some bullshit, man. We need a bonus round.
All right, we'll have you back for another episode. You know, we sometimes do people when they're on by themselves and then they're playing within the league of other guests that we've had. You know, we've had Questlove, Just Blaze, Bun B, so many others. So, everybody's a winner. Everybody learns something. We're really excited for you guys to go out on this tour. Where can people get tickets? Where can people find all the information that they can for these West Coast dates?
They could go to me or Blue's Instagram and just click inside the bio. Blue's Instagram is
BLUHERFABCOLOR, her fave color.
Or go to Exile Radio and just
Blue, her fave color, my bad.
Blue, her fave color, or Exile Radio and just click the bio. We got something about the shows.
We got the Los Angeles show, the Lodge Room. We're doing a joint in Phoenix at Trill Hip Hop. The Taverna Castera in Las Vegas. Neck of the Woods in San Francisco. Mississippi Studios in Portland. And High Dive in Seattle.
Starting in July into early August.
I'll have a link in the show notes for everybody to click and to be able to find your guys' socials to get tickets. I'm excited. I'm going to be at the second LA show at the Lodge. So I will I'll be throwing trivia questions on pieces of paper on stage, and you guys right in between can just... and then the final question that I have is, well, I have two questions for you. One, is it too soon to be asking about new music? Is there more Blue and Exile stuff? Is that always like sort of an ongoing project, or are you guys just focused right now on the reunion or the anniversary tour?
No, we've been cooking. We got something special in the works.
Cannot wait. You guys never miss. I'm a big fan. My final question. Now that you've been on the show, we've had over 100 guests on the show at this point. Who would you nominate or challenge to hop in the hot seat and see if they can either do this solo dolo or go up against somebody?
Planet Asia.
We're working on Asia. I've been talking to some people to get him, so we hope to get him. Exile. Quelly Chris?
Oh.
Woo. Quelly Chris would kill it too. Yeah. Gentlemen, thank you so much. This was great.
Thank you, bro.
Thank you, bro.
All right.